Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. We didn't get too far with the loss last time. We had a couple of, the first run that we had last time, and I'm saying this because it's fresh in my head, it was like 4 minutes ago. That first run was like, we were Super Saiyan level 300 compared to the run that came after it, where we made it to the depths one with default every stat, which is, you know, you don't normally hit that level of mediocrity. Now, but a wise man playing for a cursed organization once said that you only control two things in your life, your attitude and your effort. Obviously, we've rebutted that in the previous episode. There's many other things you have at least some control of. And also, I gotta say, Matthew Kachuk, you don't always control your own attitude, okay? And I trust me, out of the people that, you know, I work and commiserate with on a regular basis, I definitely am probably one of the people who believes that you control your own destiny the most. But still, there's just some days, you know? It's Thanksgiving. You didn't go to the grocery store yesterday. The grocery store closed at 1 today. You woke up, you got no food, everything's closed except for the bad Chinese restaurant down the street. You go to the Chinese restaurant and eat, but something's not sitting right. And then someone says, how's your day? And you say, you know, could be better. They say, well, you only control two things, your attitude and your effort. Well, I don't really control my effort today, okay? I exerted some influence. I could have gone to the grocery store early. This isn't a real story, by the way, because it is Thanksgiving today, but it's also, I'm Canadian, so, you know, everything's open. It's just Thursday up here. We have 25 cents. I'm going to choose to focus on the fact that we have 25 cents instead of our item room not being so good. And I think that's the wise decision. Keep our morale high. You know, I do want to look for a secret room. I will try to gamble for a key. It's likely to mill us out of a decent amount of money. I'll go to 15 cents, as you might expect. Alright. Highly cursed waste of 10 cents, but that's okay. I'm gonna pop the strength card on Larry Jr. just because, I mean, we have a strength card. Larry Jr. is pretty unlikely to kill us, but, you know, why not make it as comfortable as possible for now? So, I'm not mad about this run at all yet. You know, even, we wasted 10 cents. It wasn't a waste, it was a calculated gamble that unfortunately didn't work out, but, we have a lot of advantages as a result of this money. And it sadly pretty much is only a result of the money. And I know maybe some people are like, go take the poop. I don't know, man. The poop is a bad enough spacebar item that I look at this and I go, maybe I'd rather just have the D4, which I probably should have done now that I think about it. I guess I did take the pony earlier. I had lemon mishap and I had the black hole. I don't know, maybe we could have re-rolled our whole run on the last run. It's just hard to re-roll Holy Mantle, you know, because it's a run winner. Mind you, you need more. Doesn't necessarily take us there when we got nothing else, but, you know, I would rather take a stab at a reroll, just in case. 2 bombs. Then hold the poop. For what reason, you know? Key, please? No key. Broken magnet's pretty terrible, but key, please? 2 keys. Lovely. It's exactly the right amount of keys. We get the mind. Now we're cooking. First off, we just kick something off of the post, or not the post-it note, but the stats sheet. The collections sheet, if you want to call it that, but I don't like to say the word collection because it's one of the Java core libraries I've been using in my assignment. I digress. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to hear about it. Fair enough. Now, we're going to go to the shop. The mind also just, you know, good, for sure. I'll tell you what. I'm taking a stab at placebo. Placebo telepills is not where I want to be in my life, but it could be worse. Being able to teleport once every 4 rooms is definitely better than the D4, for sure. It's half as good as teleport, but twice as good as well, an infinity times as good as the D4. So, what am I looking for out of these pills? Nothing. Really, these are a stopgap measure. If we can get placebo, tears upgrade, speed upgrade, you know, there's other good pills. Not too many, to be honest. I'm not trying to be negative, but you know, tarot cards, especially long term, we'd rather have like many alges than have, I don't know what the other options would even be for us at that point. Many alges versus, like, feels like I'm walking on sunshine is an easy choice. Even Power Pill, we'd rather have, the Spirit Hearts, dude. It's a slap in the face. But if these could give us some statistical improvement early, I'd be a very happy man. I am an idiot instead. Because we could have gone and blown up that tinted rock. Hopefully we'll get another bomb and be able to do so. We could also re-roll our shop items, maybe buy another pill. I'm gonna kind of cool it on that for now. Just not convinced. Okay. I can't be mad. You know, it shouldn't have cost us 2 bombs to open that up. I'll be mad at things that are outside of the purview of my own control. Fair. I don't really want to go to a second secret room, to be honest. Now, okay, I was just gonna say, has the potential for things to be a little bit... I froze. That's okay. Let's be honest, we were building something out of nothing there. We were building a mountain out of a molehill, but in like a good way. That was a tough fight. I don't know, my brain was not set on the right mode to handle being able to take out both little haunts there. I think we're learning something. One of them, I actually... And I call myself out when I think that I've been playing, like, terrible. Especially recently, I've been like, yeah, we're in a little bit of a slump. I don't really agree with that. I mean, one of the last 3 runs was kind of bad. The one where we just walked into the enemy is the lost. That's, you know, one little brain fart is all it takes to ruin a run that wasn't 10 out of 10, but was at least like a 7. But our other runs, you know, they haven't been particularly strong, so no use crying over spilt milk as far as I'm concerned. What I think we're learning is, like, we really want just any... Well, firstly, we really want a Zigga Zigga Ah. I still don't really understand that song, but we don't have to go through it. Well, we will, though. We just need some kind of offensive improvement or a really good defensive improvement that actually helps us on the first floor, or the first couple of floors, even. And you're really putting me in a difficult spot, because Evil Eye can be decent, but it varies. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. There's no... Let's just not be needlessly juvenile. There's no way that the Spice Girls are saying you got to have intercourse with the friends before you can be my lover. It just... That doesn't... It doesn't comport, okay? But what is she saying? If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Friendship lasts forever. Right. Nothing lasts forever. Friendship never ends. This has probably been talked about by much smarter people than myself. Immediate contradiction. If nothing lasts forever, how can friendship never end? Also, have you ever graduated from middle school? Friendship ends all the time. I'm not trying to, you know, be needlessly negative here. It's quite the opposite. It's just, you know, you get older, you get different priorities, you move to different geographic positions. That doesn't mean you can't be friends. You can still play Team Fortress 2 together. Every Tuesday you could play Call of Duty Black Ops 4 with one another. You're still friends, but, you know, I don't know. I was friends with a few people in high school. Once university rolled around, I was friends with more people. But not as many of the people from high school really carried over, you know? You just grist for the mill, baby. And they found new friends as well. It's the natural spirit of life. If anything, I think it's a little sad that the Spice Girls are, you know, potentially buying into the narrative that just because you're friends with someone when you're like 5 years old, that means you have to be friends when you're 30, you know? People change, and you know, you can change together. But simultaneously, you know, just because, you know, well, why is this person your best man? Our parents moved to the house next to one another when we were 6. And it just kind of been a lot of, like, friendship inertia since then. I don't want to sound like I'm dead inside, I'm just saying. It's remarkable how many people's best friends, my own included when I was younger, would just happen to be the closest child of the same or a similar age as yourself, geographically compared to your own position. So, by the way, We started talking about this analysis. We now have 6 eyes on our forehead, and one of those eyes is real big. So your boy is excited and feeling rewarded. Polyphemus. It's a huge help. Now, I think we reroll, but Spider Mod, it had me close. Okay, that's probably not the way you want to phrase that. I don't think maybe we buy a key. So we could do Delirium or Mega Satan here. I'm gonna, because we're strong already, as a result of Polyphemus and the Tears upgrade, which, I mean, one of these things is a little bit more important than the other, but still, I'm never gonna turn on my nose at a Tears upgrade. Please? Something of use, that's all I ask. We can make something happen here. Luck upgrade. Actually, you know, I need all the help I can get. So, anyway, what I was gonna say is, I think we should try to skip this devil deal. The one exception will be maybe Brimstone or Mom's Knife I would take, and we'll try to pivot this into an incredible Delirium victory. I'm not worried about this Judgment. I'd rather have the Sun card. And, dude, rematch. Don't do it. Okay. Everything's fine. Now, you are a champion. I think you shoot... Just kill him. I think you also shoot spiders. Good. That was a good use of the Sun card. Belly button gives us Monkey's Paw, which is worth nothing. Yeah, okay, so, I mean, we would improve ourselves by taking both of these items. I'm going to give ourselves a little bit of leeway here. And I'm going to say, you know what? Go for the Angel deals instead. This looks like a good Mega Satan opportunity. Does it look like a good Delirium opportunity? Well, I mean, we could maybe get that after Mega Satan for one, but also, I don't know. I feel like the Delirium run needs to be pretty special. So does the Mega Satan run, to be fair, but this is the first run in, you know, 45 minutes of video where we actually have a real chance. Early. You never know. Maybe one of those runs we lost on because 6 floors into the game we had no improvements whatsoever. Maybe on the 7th floor we would have gotten Mom's Knife, but, you know, what have you done for me lately? It's like saying don't die of starvation. You know, there's a 5-course meal coming up. Doesn't really help me when there's, you know, laws of thermodynamics and parameters in the environment and etc., etc. You get the idea. So, oh, I gotta be honest, my commentary's in a weird spot now. Because so much of my commentary over the past 2 episodes has just been me being like, man, I really hope we get some kind of improvement. And now I'm improved. And it's a dangerous place to be, you know? Neither of these really matter, I guess, but we'll take both. It's a dangerous place to be because now the stakes are high. You know, if I lose, it's on me. And a lot of people, they don't like to be in that position. They don't want to have the ball in the final seconds. I vary. Sometimes I'm cool with it, sometimes I'm not. So, the D Infinity. What an interesting item. Basically, I don't think we can use it anymore, so thank you for the one-time use of the D20. This is the one exception to the rule, I think, and even then I got myself questioning. But this is the one exception to the rule, I think, of if you roll enough with the D100, you're gonna be fine. And that's because we already have Holy Mantle, and we already have Polyphemus. So you are just, and dude, Rune Bag, so useful. I'm always talking about, like, if you want to fight Delirium, if you want to fight Mega Satan, even if you just want to live, Algiz runes are so valuable. So now, you know, I would not say that we're guaranteed an Algiz rune at the right opportunity, but if we get an Algiz rune ever, at least we could choose to well-laid plans it and just hold it until the necessary moment. But anyway, what are you hoping to get on a reroll here? You know, any reroll that you'd ever do, you want defense and incredible damage. For the 3rd floor, we already have, like, one of the best offensive items and one of the best defensive items. So, there may come a time later in this run, there's one logical way that we could improve ourselves. And that's rerolling into an orbital plus Nod Leaf. And it would be the slowest victory ever, potentially, but it could still get the job done. So I'm going to hold that in my back pocket for now. I hope we don't have to do that. I hope we just, if we could just get both or even either of those. I mean, the orbital is pretty likely, but if we could get those naturally without having to resort to a D100, I'd be a little happier. Alges was very nice. Now, out of these, what do we want? Well, there's only one item worth anything here, so we will definitely take Dead Dove, which, actually, now that I think about it, all three of those items were worth literally nothing, which is hilarious. Lazarags respawns us as Lazarus. His post-it note's already done. Dead Dove gives us flying plus spectral tears, literally the exact intersection of flying-related items we already have. And, the one, I'll tell you one thing, the Rosary was definitely the worst. Because it would have also given us the Bible at some point. Which, weirdly enough, is actually probably better than the D100 right now, but, you know, this is just what happens with the Lost, you know, it gets all topsy-turvy. It's okay, we get Deal with the Angel, not precedent, but influence. We're 1/2 of the way to the Mega Satan fight, or to being able to do the Mega Satan fight at least. Okay, this is highly uncursed. Let's use this so we can maybe get a cube of meat. And then we're going to take Book of Shadows with us, no doubt. Now we get Bookworm, but on top of Bookworm, we also just literally got Book of Shadows, obviously, which is incredible for us. So I'm not messing around with that judgment. You know, this runs too decent to throw any possibility of a victory away. I wouldn't dare. Don't do it. I won't touch it. I refuse. So it's very simple. How do we use Book of Shadows? The number one easiest to understand use case, highly simple. You get hit, you pop Book of Shadows. Sure, we could probably pop it in advance of that and not run into too much trouble. But why bother? Even with this battery charge, why bother? It becomes a mathematical game to some extent. And it's a pretty simple expression to evaluate. Might as well just check, because we're going to store alges. It's a pretty simple expression to evaluate. If you get hit on less than 3 rooms, or less than 1 in every 3 rooms, I should say, you can use Book of Shadows to make yourself quite literally invincible. Now, we're not going to get hit on less than 1 in 3 rooms. Sometimes we'll have 2 difficult rooms stacked in a row. Sometimes we'll make dumb mistakes on easy rooms, in all likelihood. We could try to minimize that, but, you know, there's just some amount of inevitability associated. So we would still like a little bit more, but this gives us, you know, a horse in the race. The next few floors should not be difficult. If they are, something's gone wrong. So we're looking for a couple of items specifically. Battery is huge. 9-volt AAA battery trinket, huge. Hopefully an indelicate reminder that won't be necessary. Nun's Habit does nothing. I'm saying not necessary for me. For me. Yera, the useless rune. Not gonna take you to the chest. Got Book of Shadows, it's the best. Yera, I have got to go. I can't hit that note, let's be honest. I have got to go. That's the closest I can get to a Freddie Mercury note. Gotta leave it all behind and carry on. Mama. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway, the wind blows. Didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Costa. Okay, I'm not gonna do it to you. Yes, that's what we wanted. Why make the noise? We did not go to our item room. Sorry to blow right into the microphone. That's a bad idea, but dude, we're looking just A-okay right now. Certainly at this point, I would say if we don't beat Mom, it's a colossal disaster. But we should get further than that, even. We have and it's not. We've had runs like this before, but the difference is now I'm not taking them for granted. You cannot look at a run where you have, you know, this kind of DPS and this kind of defense this early and be like, well, you know, if we get hit, we get hit. And could have easily resigned myself to taking a hit there and then popping Book of Shadows, but I said, you know what? Who knows what's coming up on the next room? Well, nothing of danger, but still. So, am I happy to have duct tape? This is the kind of minutia we concern ourselves with on a Lost run. I mean, I'm happy to have duct tape as long as I'm moving to the right now. Long term, maybe not. It's an interesting situation. Blank rune. Let's try this real quick. It was a Yera, so useless there, but do we want Pointy Rib? This is, we're delicate here. Pointy Rib Isaac. Unlockable passive. It's equal to Isaac's base damage and is dealt 6 times per second. Being hurt boosts the damage slightly, so that's irrelevant. Okay. Because our damage is so high, I think we can afford to take it. Most of the time, it's not that useful of an item. But, you know, if you just come with me on a thought experiment here. We use Book of Shadows. We have invincibility. What do? We get in there and we start smacking the enemy in the face. It does 90 damage 6 times a second right now. That looks pretty good to me. I don't know. That's not really like destroy Hush levels, but it's nothing to sneeze at. Let me tell you that. It is hard to control, though. So now, there's other items, and dude, you can see, it crushes. There's other items of a pretty distinct value you might not be thinking of. Another one is being able to, again, that you might not have considered, is anything that allows us to hold 2 runes. If we can hold 2 Algiz runes, or an Algiz Awaz, for example, that helps us get something from Boss Rush without having to actually fight. Or an Algiz Perthrow. I mean, you can see for yourself. And it basically frees up the ability to store our Algiz and also use other stuff. So remember, Nun's Habit, useless. Useless. If there was a reroll machine, we'd be playing it right now. But for now, I am tempted to give some of my money to the donation machine. And honestly, I actually think we will, now that we've found our boss room. And that hadn't happened yet, but it looked like it was probably in this direction. And dude, can I just say, before I lose this in my head, love a speed upgrade right now. But I'm going to donate, and we should get to like 100% chance of a deal with the devil, or 85% chance of a deal with the angel is what I meant to say. And good. 81%. So we have like a 40-something, high 40% chance of a deal with the angel right now. We still have a bomb. Don't use it. Annoying enemy. But do not pop Book of Shadows yet. I'm loving our double-walled safety net here. Okay, now pop it. Good. You got to keep Algiz. You got a nice Tears upgrade. That's gorgeous. You get a deal with the angel. The deal with the angel is Sacred Heart. Obviously, we're going to take it. I'm just trying to, like, bait out a shot here from this guy. Beautiful. Now we'll blow him up. Didn't take a hit. If you have to use Algiz, you have to use it. We have an extremely good chance of a Mega Satan kill now. It's real good. It's really, really, really good. It's almost good enough to make me want to fight Delirium. But what I'm hoping, and I think there's a realistic chance, is we kill Mega Satan. Looks pretty solid right now. And then we, let me just see. Don't hit me. Thank you. We might be able to turn this into something. No. I mean, we have a little bit of floor left. Obviously, we're not... It doesn't matter if we take Curse of the Tower or not, is the thing. I don't think it has any passive impacts. We can't be hit. If we ever activate Curse of the Tower, we're already dead. Love me this curse. Incredible. No bombs. What we're trying to do... I mean, we're opening every red chest because we would like to become Guppy. We got the kind of damage right now that... Listen... Can be so smooth. Give me your heart, make it real, or let's forget about it. Are we going to go to boss rush? Well, it's pretty realistic that we could at least get a look at it, even though we look behind schedule right now. So, Puny Brain, let's use Black Rune on Fate's Reward. Galaxy Brain, let's use Black Rune on Curse of the Tower. Very nice. Speed upgrade, highly warranted, and a Tears upgrade. Now, the reason I went with this is because, I mean, Fate's Reward is real powerful right now. I think we've made a lot of the right decisions on this run. I'm happy with myself. Now we can start taking deals with the devil. Is it likely to happen? Nah, but, you know, a man can dream. It's not like I'm begging for more damage, but, you know, I do look at this run right now and I go, why wouldn't you at least ask, you know? Anything helps against Delirium. To a lesser extent, Mega Satan, but it's always possible. So, despite what you might think, I actually think we've got a pretty realistic chance of making it to boss rush. I would need to hold an Awaz rune or some kind of teleport card that was very dangerous to be happy about it, but Magnet, we could have waited for a Black Rune or a Perthrow to show up, but I think on this floor right now, it's not a time crunch, but we have more to gain by going a little faster. Starter deck lets us hold 2 runes, or 2 cards for that matter, which is exactly what we wanted. And Buddy in a Box, whoops. Buddy in a Box, it's just more damage. For 7 cents when our donation machine's already plugged up, why not? So we've seen everything there is to see in the guaranteed special rooms. Should go back. There could be bombs, which you never know. I'm just gonna pop it, and then Monkey's Paw literally does nothing for us. So 4 keys, not incredible, but okay. Just be smart here. There's no reason for things to go even slightly wrong. Easiest kill of my life. Blank Root. We will take Polaroid, but it doesn't really matter. In here, Void could be worth it, but I'm hoping to reroll it. I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna leave. Why not at least take the Miter? It doesn't do anything. Stop with that. Nothing here is worth it. That's great news. No temptation. Bless me. Okie dokie. I got very little shame about this run right now. If it takes a Polyphemus Sacred Heart Holy Mantle run to beat Mega Satan as the Lost, so be it. All we control is our attitude and our effort. And it's been a pretty high effort run. We didn't turn our brain off. It hasn't had to be high effort, to be fair, but we don't control that. We've left our brain turned on. We made smart decisions, I think. Pair throw. Extremely good. Matriarch, horrible. But at the same time, a very good test for us. If we can get through this half decently, everything's okay. Look at that. We didn't even use our Algiz rune. Everything's hunky-dory. Perthrow into Pageant Boy. I was just gonna say, if we get 1 luck upgrade, life is but a dream. So we still got our single failsafe right now. We have an Algiz rune. I don't feel comfortable anymore unless we're able to have Algiz rune and also a full charge of Book of Shadows, but that's on me, you know? Cursed Skull is kind of interesting, right? Isn't it if you... Or am I thinking of Doctor's... Wait, what am I thinking of? When you use your spacebar item, you teleport? I'm getting into some Galaxy Brain stuff. It's tough. I'm playing the... I'm stepping through the procedure in my head. Do we want to teleport when we use our spacebar item? The difficult answer is sometimes. Because there are times when we get hit, you know, the boss is 80% dead. By using... Why not? by using our spacebar item, they go and become 100% dead. That's 2 Alga's runes. But there are times where we'll get hit early, and we would probably rather teleport. But I'm not going to worry about that. Because I think... I mean, now we have 3 walls of protection here. Mega Satan should be no problem. We still need to dodge. We're not at that point yet where the run just is a win. But... now, I really think the real question becomes, how do you approach this run? Do you want to do Mega Satan? Or do you want to do Delirium? I think I'm gonna hit you with my logical reasoning here. We're gonna do Mega Satan, and I'll explain to you why. The Gaz? Yara. I mean, we could double up on our Alga's runes, but can't hold them. First off, Mega Satan needs to be done. That's simple, but it's on the post-it note, so it's equal with Delirium there. It has the chance to give us a Delirium fight afterwards, whereas if we go fight Hush and then do Delirium, even if we succeed, it's not like we can go do the Mega Satan fight afterwards. So there's got the chance to double up. Delirium and Mega Satan are both difficult to get to. I might suggest that Mega Satan as the Lost is a little bit more difficult to get to because you don't get the added advantage of being able to play the sacrifice rooms, I think. If I've been wrong about that, then we got bigger problems. But on top of that, no. There's kind of a corollary to that, which is if we want to do Delirium, like let's say it doesn't work on this run, we can actually take the all-powerful Deal with the Devil items on route. Now, we got great Deal with the Angel items this time. Don't get me wrong. Well, I wouldn't have picked it up if I... Yep. Whatever. We want to hold both Alga's anyway. What on earth is this baby? Anyway, I think I've done a pretty good job of stating my case. Either way, I think we got a very likely opportunity to do one or both of those fights here. In the end, it mostly comes down to the fact that I think it is harder to get to the Mega Satan path as Delirium, or as Lost. Not by much. Because, you know, your boy doesn't really want to fight Hush. Ever. But I really don't want to fight Delirium ever. You gotta, like, trick me into fighting Delirium. Blank card, Chaos card, infinite HP, sharp plug. There you go. That's my ideal Delirium play. That or Nod Leaf, stand still for 45... Go record a Slay the Spire episode in the other monitor. So I hold out the chance that there is a Guppy Dream. It's unlikely, obviously. Like, unbelievably unlikely, but could happen. Things are going to start to move real fast here. I can't believe this is only 24 minutes. We packed a lot of, you know, action set pieces into this limited time frame. It would be nice to not take damage here so we don't have to use one of our walls of protection. Look with shadows. Pretty realistic to not take damage here, but also pretty realistic to take damage here from a shot like that, for example. The most important thing is just pay attention to yourself and know that you're like, that you've taken damage. So yeah, when it's safe, we want to get in there. Pointy Rib is also a very nice damage dealer for us. Look at that. Easy money. Alright. Now, if somehow we could keep both Alga's runes and go to Delirium, that's the dream scenario. Sure. Very interesting. So, I'm like, with our luck stab being pretty high, why not do the small rooms? You know, we shouldn't have taken a hit there, but whatever. We're gonna get it back. Small rooms are gonna be fast, and never let anybody tell you NL's not doing his due diligence, okay? Should be relatively quick. Decent opportunity for new items, and if we're really committing, you know, what's an investment of another, you know, 3 or 4 minutes? Celtic Cross is useless, unfortunately, but, you know, we invest another 2 or 3 minutes, maybe even less than we originally estimated. Maybe pick up a couple of useless items, or useful items, hopefully. Even if we don't get anything amazing, hey, at least we gave it our all. Do I need to give you the speech again? I'll do it. I saw it 100 times last night on TV. Did I take a hit there? I might have. Tears are pretty large. It's hard to tell sometimes. I could do the big rooms as well. It's just like, I don't like to. So we got the quarter. We actually, it's not as good. If we could recharge it, it might be good, but it's not as good right now. There's no way for us to recharge it except for getting random battery drops. And I'm really racking my brain, because I'm like, dude, maybe. Because Pointy Rib's still going to work, but no, I think Book of Shadows gives you a longer period of invincibility and more flexibility during that period of invincibility, so... Alright, I for real think I'm good. Let's go. I did a lot there. Like, most of the time I just be like, boop, I beat Mega Satan. This time I'm like, I have such respect for the difficulty of our potential situation. I refuse to do anything lightly here. So important. Don't tunnel vision. Look at your character model. Know when you've taken damage. We can easily beat this fight. Let's not even worry about Delirium yet. This is still... It's like the second hardest thing to get on the post-it note. We got hit. What do you do? It's so simple. Every second might count here, so just be cool. We'll pop Alges on this highly cursed setup. Get him down to the angel statues as quickly as possible. Kill the angel statues. Kill the angel statues. Phase 2. Okay, then we have an Alges rune that we can use on Phase 2. If we have to. Getting it early, it really threw a monkey wrench in this. I'm going to use it. I would never... At this point, we've come too far to not get something out of this run, obviously. So, Mega Satan is definitely dead. I hate that we used all 3 waves, but... They are going to give us Delirium access. Either way, it's a successful run. It's no joke to beat Mega Satan as the Lost. We got Mega. I'm not going to mention the other item we got. So... This floor, it might seem like, oh, you really threw away a lot of potential by fighting Mega Satan. Of course. But we get a free chance at Delirium. That's a dream come true. I'm never going to turn down a free lottery ticket. Now, how do we do this? Well, as far as I'm concerned, any of these bosses except the one we're going to could be Delirium. So, what we're going to try to do is completely rebuild our Alges stock. And... I think there's a realistic chance we get to 1 Alges rune. 2 is a pipe dream, but if we get super lucky, it could happen. Either way, just keep in mind, we do still have Book of Shadows. Nothing to sneeze at. I think if we, and I don't remember, we've probably tested this 15 times. If we, that could give us something good too. If we use Wheel of Fortune on a chest room, it might be guaranteed to give us items. We have seen the chest room that has given us 4 golden chests, each one containing an item. I think it contained an item at least. We can't afford to leave the runes behind, of course. Yeah, Perthro's fine. It's usable at least. And again, every bone in my body is like rush, rush, rush. But there's... Slow is fast. It's so much easier to just take a 90%, you know... run to 100% than it is to take a 0% run to 100%. By the way, it probably goes without saying, any other character this is sorted, we've picked up like 1,000 HP. We got an Algiz. Not Delirium, please. It's Loki again. But, oh, pre-split. Alright, that's Perthrow. Sure. I'll take the luck upgrade. Who knows? The range might even be valuable. So, again, we're just waiting on this second Algiz. Now, even with both Algizes, I don't think we will win. And I'm not trying to make you... I'm not saying we're screwed, but I think we're above 50% to lose. But, I don't know. Are we at 49.9%? Or are we at, like, 15%? I don't think we're any lower than that. The problem is still timing and invincibility. If we take damage early, it becomes much tougher. If we don't get anything that gives us explosion immunity, it's real tough. Onsus obviously is not worth very much here. Let's try it. This could be a chest room. I don't know. Whatever. What are we hoping to get? Spirit Hearts? Not Delirium. Mr. Mega still real not good. And what is this? Onsus, that's right. Might as well pop it. Just get it, unclutter the board. I guess the problem, as I see it right now, is we're doing a ton of damage. Still to this day. And there's no caveat there. But we do more damage up close. So, playing the fight from afar, when we might not even be able to see where the enemy is not our strength. But we gotta pretty much have to do that just to maximize the amount of time until we use our Book of Shadows. On all of our invincibilities, we can really get in there and crush. It's a guppy item, so, there's always a chance. We're doubled up on Algiz. That probably raises our chances. That, like, doubles our chances of succeeding. Mathematically, that probably doesn't stand up to the smell test, but, it helps out a lot, is what I'm trying to tell you. So there's a real shot here. Now there is an opportunity, no doubt. Very scary room. Good. Didn't use our charge. Very important because Delirium showed up immediately after. Okay. Extremely simple. Don't get hit. Not easy, but simple. This is not a complicated task. We're not going to stack overflow. Oh, what does this mean? We're going, don't get hit by the shots. And the longer it takes, doesn't bother me at all. Every shot we land. Take... Frig. Okay, I'm going for it. Every shot we land is like 1/1000th of what we need. And now, dude, it's a race. And I'm losing. But we're doing a lot of damage very quickly. Very important to know when your Algiz rune is about to leave. I'm tunnel visioning on that 100,000%. Pop it. It's a little early. It's okay. He's running from me now. That's a great sign, I think. At this point, we don't even have to pay attention. We don't have any more invincibility. We know we're going to tough it out. We got him. Wow, that's amazing to me. Turns out, Book of Shadows plus 2 Algiz is enough. All right. Well, dude, this is a landmark. That's incredible. Holy card. And Godhead. Forgot that item existed. But look at this. My lord. All post-it notes complete. All challenges complete. Still got a little ways to go, apparently. Because we don't even have golden god yet, which is surprising me. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is a big episode. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Follow me on Twitch to be notified when I go live in the future. Twitch.tv/Northernlion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Later.